Hi, it's Luan from WooTech, and today I want to continue the topic of modifying an STL file. This time we're going to use Blender as a tool. I did have some videos about modifying an STL file using Fusion 360, and for those who didn't follow the video, what I'm trying to do is I got an STL file from Thingiverse. The original file is a code hook like this. And the original file came with this hole for you to hook it on the wall, but I want to try to change it to this kind of hole so I can hook in the bar hanging code for my kid, and the photo is here, you can see. So this time I'm going to use Blender. Is a better modeling environment for mesh, like STL file is a mesh. So you're going to see how fast and how good it is compared to the Fusion 360. So let's get to the video and we can discuss further. Okay, so here's the Blender. First of all, we need to import the two meshes, STL meshes, into the Blender before we start to work. So go here, import this STL file. There are two main STL files here. The first one is the Rhino hanger file, which I used to which I downloaded from Thingiverse, and we need to modify this one. And the other is the screwhead file, which is the file that I created in the FreeCAD to add into the STL file that we downloaded from Thingiverse. So let's import two of them. Okay, so they are here. Let me just move them a little bit away so that you can see both of them. So type G, and along the y-axis you can drag them out like this. Okay, so this is the file you download from Thingiverse, the Rhino head. The other part is the file that I created with FreeCAD. You can see the downloading in the description of this video. This is general. You can use this for all the project. Also, whatever you want to hook into it in the back. This is you can always add this part into your file. So it's supposed to look like this, if you can see here. So I need to turn this a little bit in the correct orientation, like it had to go around X. I think like this way. So like minus 180 degrees. Let's select on it, to rotate, and we want to around X axis. So 180 minus 180. Okay, enter. So you see this. Now it looks like the hole in the back already. Now I wanted to move it to the proper position. So the size of it is 14 by 20 by 8.5. So I'm gonna move it to the proper position. But the idea is we're gonna cut a hole on the Rhino with the same dimension of this block, and then we're gonna add this block into the hole. It's just minor and added. They call it boolean in the boolean modifier in Thingiverse. So let's create a block with the same exact dimension with keyhole. So go to sheet 8. Sheet 8. We add the mesh with the cube, and the dimension you already have is there. We're gonna put X is 14, and Y is 8.5. and Z is 20. So we're gonna cut this volume out of the Rhino, so we have the space to add the screw head into it. Let's merge. Let's put them all in the same spot so easier for us to see. I'm gonna put different color. For example, with the screw head, I'm gonna go to the material. I just add in the base color. I'm gonna choose another color, but you have to turn on the viewer shading mode to see the color show. So this is the color for that. Then with the Rhino, I'm gonna add another colors, new material. I'm gonna add the colors orange. So it's very clear for you to see now the Rhino head, the screw head, and the the block that we just created is already made. They're all meshed. So I'm gonna use this and this to minus this out the rhino. Let's move rhino exactly where we want to cut it. Like go with G, and we're gonna go along the y-axis. Okay, more or less here. Go to the this face so that you can easily adjust that so that the two mesh is like aligned. You can always zoom it to see how alike it can be. So we go to J until it reach to this point. Okay, so you look in the back, you still see it's a little bit distant, but this thing you won't be able to see it when it get to 3D print. Okay, but you want to be sure, you can always move it a little bit more. Go G and along the y-axis. So just like this one. Cool. So now we need to cut that hole out of the rhino head, so we can add modifier. Click on the rhino, go to modifier, add modifier, boolean, and first remember to choose the fast instead of the exact, because it's gonna take you a lot of time. So that's it, and the method we use is different. You choose the different part between them. In this case, the minor part of it. And yes, well, that's done. So if you hide the cube now, sorry, we need to select the cube also. Okay, the cube is the one we want to cut out. So now it's done. If you hide the cube, you're gonna see that it's a empty part of the rhino head. Okay, but this is not yet confirmed. We have to apply it. So for the job to be done, now we need to move this screw head into the position of the hole already there, so that we can combine it with the screw head. Let's go with select this. If the position is here, you see, like, let me show you the command right here. So I just hide it, so easier to modify. So you need to move basically the blue cube exactly where the white one is. This one is the same dimension, but the coordinate is right here. So what it need to move to this position. Basically, you have to move up half, or move along this the same half of the height. So it's 10. So it's like, yes, we are correct in the height. Now in the x-axis, we're gonna go minus half of the width of it. So it was, the width was minus 14 by 2. Okay, good. Then for the y, we're gonna go positive, like plus of the y divided by 2, so it was 8.5 by 2. Okay, so we have exactly position. Now we can hide the cube, keep the screw head, and turn back the rhino head. So you see, if it like it, it's perfect. So that's what we want. Now we're gonna do one step is combine these two together. So go to add modifier, or you remember add modifier to the select the rhino head, and add modifier, boolean, and now we want to choose union because we want to add them together. So click on union, choose the fast method, not exactly because it's gonna take you a lot of time. And then with the object, we select the screw head. So now if you hide the screw head, if you hide the screw head, you'll see like one orange block already here. But to make this thing to be applied, you have to hit on apply. So we're done. Now we have the rhino head with the screw head embedded in it. Let's export this file as an STL file so that we can check on the slicer. So export to STL. Git hanger, I'm gonna save it as rhino hanger blender STL file. And remember, you should choose the select only. Okay, select only. and export the STL. It's done. Now let's go check on the Prusa slicer. So here it is. We can add the rhino hanger that we just created in Blender and open it. So we see it here with the hole here. Perfect. Now put it on the route. Oh, sorry, like here. Put it on the route. And we can slide. Yay. So you see now we have our new hole that we created in this part of the rhino. You can slide down a little bit like this. See, this size it. So our hole is acting properly and work. Yes. So congratulations. And that's how you can use Blender to edit an STL mesh. I don't know if you could see the difference in terms of speed or the when the Blender add the mesh or cut the mesh out, the model is like this, and then you're done. It's very fast. And of course, it's harder in the way that you have to use another CAD environment to create block to add and remove. But the trade-off is that you have like very powerful in modifying mesh in Blender. Of course, if you don't want to add block and remove block, you can like try to tune every node, but that is not my way. I'm an engineer. I cannot modify it in that way. I usually add the part that I want, remove the part that I want using a CAD part. So I hope you liked the tutorial and you enjoy doing this. And if you have any question, let me know right down here, and I will try to answer as fast as possible. And I want to continue this tutorial about STL Modify, so any supplier could be a very good encouragement for me. So if you like the series, you can just subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video. Happy making!